Well, the video you're about to watch is really, it's probably more of a video log. It's my adventures in the pop-up, just recently camping. And there's some sightseeing throughout the park, fishing a bit, even a rainstorm, and, just a good old fireside chat. The video is relatively long, so I made sure to put the chapters below so you can skip around, to the different areas that might possibly interest you the most. And, hopefully you'll find something throughout that you'll enjoy.
Well, folks, this is my fall camping trip, I guess. I talked about it on a video or two before when I was here fishing, but we're gonna be here for 4 days, I believe, and we got one day it's gonna rain, but I think I'll try to power through that. Temperature is gonna be in the 60s, maybe 70 one day, and then we're gonna get I think most of the nights are in the 40s. We might have one 51, 52, but it's gonna be comfortable. And but I just got here, and we're gonna go ahead and get set up and try to have a good, relaxing evening here. Just looking out over the lake here. I think you can see that in the background. I've got a good spot here. But anyway, let me get started on putting the old pop-up up and see if we can't start the relaxation and enjoyment. All right, folks. Just like magic, I guess. We're all set up, and let you see that lake view I've got here. Kind of got the sun in my eye this way, but there's where I am. Show you the camper real quick. There's the setup for the next 4 days. Back that out a little bit, and you can see I've got the reflectix in the window, and I've got the windows open so get a breeze through there. But when it gets in the 40s tonight, upper 40s, I'll have that closed up, and I'll be nice and toasty in there. So no issues there. But let me walk you in, show you, see if I can show you what we're doing in here. Might be too dark, I don't know. Maybe not. This is the setup in the camper. And again, when I go camping by myself anyway, I rough it. Toaster oven, microwave, TV, DVD. And this is the first time I've been at here at this spot where they've actually got Wi-Fi now. So I was watching TV just a moment ago on Sling, which is my provider at the house. But anyway, this is what we're doing for the next 4 days, and we ought to be good. We'll have us a good morning walk tomorrow, good brisk walk after breakfast, and we'll see how it goes. I probably slip out and try to catch catfish. I have to fish from the bank. I didn't bring a boat because I can't pull 2 trailers, but I will be fishing some as well. And my next fishing trip, I do hope to get a fishing trip in before the end of the year, before it gets so terribly cold and nasty. I picked up a bigger boat. Got a 14-foot tracker now, and it's going to be wider and deeper sides. And I've set it up. It's got the decking just like my old little 12-footer did, but hopefully I'll get a video of that soon. But anyway, we'll start out fresh in the morning. All right, well, breakfast is done, and we're about to take our walk this morning. All right. Once again, there's the view. Sun is well up now. We're about to head out. if I can get this camera off here. Make it a little easier for everybody. Sorry about the bobbling around there. I think I counted there were nine people here today. And it's Tuesday. And other than the early morning, sorry about that too. Other than the early morning deer hunter, I don't think I've seen any boat on the lake, which I thought was kind of unusual, but it's a little chilly this morning, so I think there's somebody up here around the corner fishing. Looks like a couple vehicles further up. We're gonna take us a walk. Yeah, there's somebody over there fishing. We're gonna take us a walk over by the boat ramp. I don't know if you can see them over there. Get a view here. Maybe not. Maybe you can't see them. Anyway, we're gonna ease over that way and around and up the hill. Hopefully the wind is not affecting the microphone too bad. Got a little breeze coming off the water this morning. The water's actually, you know, I say every time I come here the water's down, but it's actually up from the last time I came and fished. You can see the growth where it was down, and now the water is up through the growth again. I think that's a pretty good sign. One of these days, maybe, you'll be able to come and fish off the bank right there again without all of that. You just never know. Come over here and look. I'm just crisscrossing the road here. Sorry about that. Okay. I was actually looking to see if there was a place right there I could fish off the bank later on. Walk up here, get my shoes good and wet probably. Looks like a fairly heavy dew this morning. Heard a big old fish jump out there. Curious if you might be able to fish here, but I don't know. That's awful steep and rocky. Let's look over here. Might be hard to cast there with them overhanging limbs, but who knows? Who knows? There's the guy that was fishing. I saw one of the biggest snakes I'd ever seen in that little cove right there once, about 2 years ago. He was a monster. Anyway, I'm fixing to walk up this hill and we'll go around. I'll pick the video back up when I get up where there's something a little more to see here. Okay, so I made it up on top of the hill, made the turn. I'm going to go down this day use area, see if there's a place to fish off the bank down here. It's got a stone walkway or steps in places. Ain't no telling how old this is. I'm sure at one time you see those concrete steps, there was some sort of structure here. I know just probably 50 yards to the east from where I'm standing, when I was a kid, there was a little store that you could come up here and get your little odd and end supplies, you know, bait as well. And I never forget they had a huge map of the entire lake and the name of every cove, every little hollow. That old store is long gone. It was an old, almost like a log cabin. But it's like a lot of things that I've seen come and go in my 67 years. So, and that right there is not bad. I might be able to get right there and fish a little bit. Now, whether or not there's anything in there, that's a different story. Again, there's the guy over there that we just walked by a while ago, standing there still fishing. I hadn't seen him catch anything, but oh, that might be a spot to try right there. I'll go down and see if there's anything else. Now that the water's back up a little bit. Yeah, gotta love these people that come to a picnic and throw the bottles and trash all around the table. Mm. Them old Canadian geese this morning. See if there's a spot here. There they go. I don't know if you could see those when they went by or not. I couldn't tell if I got them on camera. I don't have my glasses on this morning. Got them in my pocket right now. Let's check this point. Somebody's attempted to sit right there and fish. Might be able to do it there. Might. Very well might. That's two possibilities. See what this point looks like here. No, that's a little steep. It's not so much that you couldn't fish there. I don't know if you caught anything, how hard it'd be to pull him up without getting him hung in the brush and everything. Especially if I caught a catfish. Well, that's the bait I brought as well, trying to see what I can do. Boy, that sun's bright. This point here, years ago, had potential. Eh, not sure about that. It's awful muddy right there. It really will be muddy after the rain tomorrow. Okay, so we got two potential spots, maybe. Maybe. I'd almost be tempted to drive around to the other campground, the primitive site, and fish off that bank. I know I can fish there if there's nobody camping there. It's just that they kind of frown on you fishing there. I guess in case somebody comes up to camp, because that's their area and you're kind of invading it. So, but if there was nobody there, I don't know that the warden would even, or the ranger would make a trip over there to see. Okay, well, back up the hill again. We'll pick back up once we start toward the boat ramp. There's the swimming area. I've seen several of the state parks now have these borrow a life jacket if you need it. But you can tell the water's low. You can see the buoys out there as far as what designates the boundary of the swim area. I hope you can see that. Yeah. But believe it or not, that's actually up compared to where it used to be. I have seen it where all the way out that was dry. And they got kind of the automated kayak rentals there. You pay with a credit card and connect with the internet. You get you a kayak and away you go. But that over there is the campground I'm on. I'm on the back side from here. But we will continue our walk here. Supposedly, the person that many years ago that founded this area, that owned the land, that the Mississippi River is not far from here, and I don't remember if it was primarily just cotton or if it was lumber or both, but they transported a lot of the product on the river, and this area belonged to the family that originally had it and everything. I want to say somewhere back over in here, there's headstones, markers where they're buried. At least that's what I read, but I hadn't taken the time to really look and see. There's a boat ramp over there. So that's where we're headed. By the time we walk over to the boat ramp and back, it's a little over 2 miles, especially since I did that trip down the day use area looking for a fishing spot. But anyway, we'll pick it back up when I get over there. I hope the wind's not affecting the microphone too bad. I may have mentioned this one time before, because I've made this walk and filmed it. This area over here is kind of an overflow area. And I remember as a small child camping over there where I am now, and it was a lot more primitive back in the day. I was under 10 years old. And this area here was overrun with little pup tents. And the Boy Scouts had a couple night camping trip. And they had those little green tents everywhere, and you could hear them, early in the evening, and all the activities going on. But man, there must have been 100 tents out there, and I'm sure they were, those little pup tents. They probably sleeping 2 to a tent. I know I did that on a boys club trip one time. But anyway, that's just another old man memory. You know how that is. Okay, headed to the boat ramp. All right, this is my boat ramp. This is, if you've watched any of my videos, this is where you see me load up and put in the water and head out. And there is not a soul one here, which tells me the guy I heard at, like I say, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, closer to 5, I guess, the deer hunter must have been camping over there, because there was a boat or two pulled up on the bank. So he's camping and deer hunting, because obviously he didn't bring a truck here and put in. Walk down here and let's see if I can tell how much the water's up from the last time I put the boat in. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Comes somebody putting in with a boat coming up there. Yeah, ideally, I would think you'd want the water to be another 4 or 5 foot up to the edge here. At least coming up to cover that. And when the water is not low, I have actually tied my boat up to this concrete wall. And you can see here they can move this floating pier, or boat dock, whatever, up, because they've got extra posts. Walk out here. This is one of their rental boats. Surprised somebody hadn't taken the old anchor as crooked as some of these folks are. Size motor they got on that thing. Can't tell on it. Doesn't say. The stickers wore off the back. Obviously just a little mercury. You know, maybe a 5 or 6 horse on that thing. Okay, well, we'll walk back up here and we're going to speak to these folks fixing to put their boat in. Just give them a good morning and wish them luck, I guess. All right, we're heading back. I did stop and talk to them. They're from a little town not far from where I live, Marktree, Arkansas. And one of the guys was 72, and the other one was fixing to turn 67. And they fish up here fairly regularly. They're fixing to try their luck with a few crappie, hopefully. Said he was up here day before yesterday. He only caught 4, but they were all in the 1.5 to 2 pound range. I'm like, man, that's a big crappie. But fishermen would never tell a tale, as you well know. I'm not saying they would either. But anyway, that's the only boat that's going to put in. That's a big boat. Obviously, he's going to have to use the trolling motor, because he can't run that big motor with this 10 horse restriction on this little lake. So I guess this will about do it for the morning walk. There's the old tower that controls the water level, that they can open it up and let the water down a little bit so it can handle the winter rains. And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but there's something, big pipe that runs up under this road, and it comes out down there, and that runs that stream or creek. That's where the water goes. when they lower it. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to, as much as I can blow it up. But down in there, there's a little stream, and that water runs under this road into that. But anyway, so isn't that a pretty picture? Pretty day, man. Sun feels good right now. Got a jacket on, but that'll come off here shortly. But it feels good. All right, well, back to the campground. Okay, we are trying to fish. I've got a bobber out there. I've got a hunk of chicken on that one, tight lining for a catfish. We'll see what happens on that. That gun wind's blowing so bad, I don't know if it's gonna, tight line will be fine, but I'm gonna have to watch this out here. I've got it right here beside me. So time will tell. I may end up just sitting here watching for a catfish instead of this one. This one's got a big night crawler on it, and like I say, the tight line's got a big old hunk of chicken on it. So anyway, we're gonna try it. We're right here by the campground too. I mean, that's where I'm at. The bank's a little steep, but hopefully we'll get something. Well, we found us another spot to try to fish. We went and had lunch. I'm sitting here on the bank in a cove trying to get out of the wind. The wind has been a lot stronger than I think what I had anticipated. But once again, I've got a piece of garlic chicken out tight lining, and I've got a night crawler. And we'll see. This is the spot where the guy was fishing earlier this morning. He caught a few. I watched him from the campsite over there, and you can see the old bobber sitting out there, and then got the rod in the holder there, tight lining out there on the bottom with that piece of garlic chicken. So we'll sit here a while, just enjoy the peace and quiet. The guy out there fishing, he's been all around the lake. My suspicion is he's coming here to try to get out of the wind in this cove. But as I say, we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch something. There you go. It wasn't a total waste. Got one. So, like I say, wasn't a total waste. He's fair. We're gonna let him go. He sure ain't worth my time to clean. All right, here we go. Go do it there, fishy. You big bad boy. Okay, we got the fire started. I'm gonna grab the lawn chair. And we're gonna sit out by the fire for a while. You can see the smoke blowing that way, so I'm gonna sit on this side. It'll probably follow me. You know how that goes. See if I can adjust the camera a little bit so I can at least be in the picture. There we go. What a great night. Unreal. Oh, man. What a day. Well, this is the second day. Got rain moving in tomorrow. I think I probably mentioned it before. Supposedly it's going to be out of here by about 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So Thursday will be good. But tell you what, the fishing was tough today. I fished 3 different spots around the campground here off the bank, and only caught 1 brim. But the wind was so bad. It said it was 8 to 9 miles an hour, but it was had some gust, and seemed like the way it was blowing was just, you know, it wasn't conducive to good fishing. Let's just put it that way. Tended to blow everything back to the bank. Although when I was tight lining for those catfish, I never got a bite all day in either of the three spots, which was kind of surprising. Which tells me, uh, considering I fished, I don't know, I probably fished 3.5, 4 hours total combined, and that again, that would probably tell me the catfish are deeper right now. But anyway, it was still a good day, and this is great. I can feel this, even though the wind's blowing the other direction. I can feel that heat off there. But this is what makes it worthwhile. The day was pretty. The walk this morning was pretty, and I took a walk just a few moments ago, right at dark, and just really a good day. I slept good last night for the most part. I'm hoping I'll sleep good tonight. I think I will. And I did something that I haven't done in camping here. I brought the crock pot this time, and I cooked barbecue pork chops in the crock pot while I was off fishing. Came in, came in this afternoon, and had pork chops, barbecue beans, and some yeast rolls. Now, whether or not that was overly healthy for me, that's another thing. That might be why I took a walk before dark, but I enjoyed it. And tomorrow, I'm actually gonna have, um, wings out of the crock pot. We're gonna put some buffalo hot sauce in there, and we're gonna cook wings. And I'm gonna have wings tomorrow. And if it rains, I'll sit in there and eat my wings and enjoy it. I've still got a couple DVDs I can watch. And since I mentioned before, I have Wi-Fi, and I can watch my TV, my home provider as well. So I plan on having a decent day tomorrow, even if it rains. And I had to go into town today. There's always something you forget when you're packing and you're kind of rushed or whatever. And of all things, I forgot my toothpaste. I packed everything, and I guess when I brushed my teeth the morning before I left, I just threw it back in the drawer. But so last night when I went to bed and this morning, I brushed my teeth with, I did have mouthwash, so I brushed my teeth with mouthwash. And then after I fished this morning, I went into town and got me some toothpaste. So I'll have a better tonight and tomorrow morning for sure. But anyway, we been a good trip so far. A little heater in there did well last night. I think it did get to 40, 48 or 49, which isn't super cold when you're inside and you're not in the wind. Temperature probably would have got in the 50s, but with that little heater, I kept it about 67 to 68, somewhere in that range. And time or two actually got hot. Had to cut it down. One time I cut it completely off, and if it hadn't been for that, I probably wouldn't even have woke up at that point. But that was early in the morning, and I was watching the clock to see what time the coffee would go off. I had the coffee set, and had a good breakfast: sausage, biscuits, gravy, and got to talk to several people today, fishermen. One on the guy that's fishing off the bank, another two guys that were loading their boat about to hit the water, and I had mentioned earlier they were from a town north of where I live, and just pretty good fellas. But and I did, the guy that left early this morning, closer to 5 o'clock. It was probably 4:45, but I said 5 o'clock. But he left with his orange vest in the boat, going to kill a deer, since there were several deer hunters here, and I saw him coming back. He came back probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so he made a day of it for sure. But he didn't have a deer in the boat, so. And I have seen deer fishing here before. I've posted a video of one swimming across not far from the boat ramp, and I've early this year I posted a video where there were 3 or 4 right down next to the water, and um, they weren't overly skittish. But again, that was probably March or April, and there's a lot of deer here. A friend of mine came, I guess, a couple years ago now. We stayed in the camper, and he had drawn the permit to deer hunt here, and I wasn't deer hunting. But we drove this park all around. We saw deer everywhere. But when he went deer hunting, he never saw a deer. All right, well, I guess I've rambled enough. Y'all are bored with this. I'll have to edit some of this out anyway. But I am enjoying the fire here, and it has been a good trip so far. And we'll pick it up tomorrow. I'm sure you'll get to see the pouring down rain. I'll open the door and video Mother Nature running a camping trip, but hopefully it won't be. So we'll see y'all in the morning. How about some rain on the roof of a pop-up? Should have slept in. All right, folks. Welcome to Wednesday morning and the rain. But believe it or not, there is a fool out there fishing. And it's been raining since 3:15 this morning. And he's right out there on that point fishing. So, I guess it takes all kinds. Well, it's about 1 in the afternoon, maybe a little after, and it has rained pretty much most of the day. Seen a couple fools out there trying to fish twice, but they gave up. Every time they get out there, a downpour would come. And most of the people have left the campground. There's myself and 2 others that are here and will be staying the night. But on my other earlier video, I think I said it would be out of here. The rain would be out by about 11 o'clock tonight. Now it's looking like it'll be out of here by 6 or 7. So hopefully not as bad. And it's just a dreary, nasty day. I did take the opportunity to change out the faucet in the camper. Had a small leak in it, and I had tried replacing the washers in it, and that didn't get it. So went ahead up to the local hardware store and picked up a little cheap bathroom faucet, and it seemed to work fine. Probably paid too much for it here, but I didn't have anything else to do today, so we will. I think that guy's up there trying to get a better cell phone signal. We will watch a little TV this evening. I've got the buffalo wings in the crock pot, and this will be our last night here, and checkout is tomorrow at 3. So that's what we're doing. But anyway, it's just been a nasty, dreary day. But I could have sat at home in the rain, or I could sit here in the rain. So I still think this is a better view than out my front door. All right, Thursday morning has arrived. Sun's about up. It's roughly 6:30. 48 degrees this morning, and about a 6 or 7 mile an hour wind. I don't know what the gusts are, but there's a chill in the air this morning. But today's the day we're going to pack up. Just finished breakfast and going to have another cup of coffee or two and call it a day. Old campground is kind of bare this morning. Only 4 of us here last night. Leaves are coming down. What is today? The 14th, I believe. November 14th. See a few other campers down there. Van, motorhome, and just a camper back in there. But it sure beats yesterday with all that rain. We just had that one day. And when I was getting ready to go, we weren't supposed to have rain all day. It was about a 25-30% chance. And then, you know, it's one of those that goes to 50, and then one of those that goes to 80%. So it's what it is, I guess. But all in all, it's a good trip. Had a good time. Good to get away. Always good to get away. And these fall temperatures sure beat that June and July where you have to run the air conditioner and can't hardly spend much time outside either. But we're going to go in here and situate a few things, get ready to pack here shortly, and hope to be on the road by around 10:30 or so. Get back home around noon. But again, it's been a good trip. And let's hope I get to do a couple more in the spring. And I sure would like to bring the new to me boat, back up here and test it out before the end of the year if the weather allows it. So I guess we'll start on our chores this morning. Well, we're packed up, hooked up, about ready to roll out. Another good little trip. Interesting little trip, to say the least. But never had camped in the rain before. Camper did well. And naturally, it's a beautiful morning when we're leaving. But that's okay. I will be back. And all I can say is that's another adventure in the books. There's always something different about each trip, but I like them all. So till next time, y'all take care.